What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I thought I would do a little video. This won't have just a whole lot to it, but there were some things that I've gotten in the mail recently from some YouTube brethren here on YouTube, and I've had these all kind of set to the side and wanted to show them all together in one video. Kind of give these guys a shout out, and hopefully you guys can go check their channels out, check out the stuff that I've received from them, and possibly give them a sub. At least check out their content. If you like what you see, then give them a subscribe and give them some support. If I can learn to speak. First up, we'll just start with what I'm wearing. This is the Crypt Fest shirt. I don't know how well you can make it out just looking on the camera. Awesome shirt. I think Marty at Bine printed these up for Ken over at Ken's Death Metal Crypt. I know you guys, if you're watching this channel, you know who Ken is. You know Uncle Ken. You know what Ken's Death Metal Crypt is all about. Just in case that perhaps you missed Crypt Fest or you've been living under a rock somewhere and you're not familiar, I'm going to link up the link to Crypt Fest in the description. Go check it out. As always, even with the receipt on the order, Ken always... he has some pretty impeccable handwriting, and he writes some killer notes. I've got some stuff that he's written from the Ken's. It's got the Ken's Death Metal Crypt letterhead on it. I've got them hanging. I've got a little wall. Some of you guys send me stuff. I know that some of you viewers have sent me little care packages in the past. All the little notes and that type of stuff that I get, I don't throw them away. I would pan the camera around and show it, but I have a spot on my wall where I have them all hanging. I would pan the camera over and show it, but the man cave is a bit of a mess right now, so I'm kind of embarrassed to do that. But this was an awesome shirt. Thank you once again, Ken, for putting on that Crypt Fest. It was a very good show. The phobophilic portion of that I absolutely loved, but I've actually bought material from all of those projects just from having watched that Crypt Fest. So thanks, Ken, for putting that on. I hope you do more in the future. Next up is a CD. I did a trade with Nick, my buddy over at Deathlike Reviews. He's in the what I call the Saturday night stream team. He's been taking a little bit of break from the streams, I believe, but I've kind of been taking a little bit of break. I'm not as active in the chat and watching as I have been, just because it's work has been tiring, and I usually fall out asleep early when they get going, because sometimes they get those streams going and they're going all night. But we did a trade a little while back, and this was the portion that I got from him. This is the remaster that Hell's Headbangers did of Bestial Warlust. This is entitled Blood and Valor. I'm going to link Deathlight Reviews up in the description. All of these YouTubers will be linked. As I was saying earlier, go check them out. I'm going to try to find something for each of these albums and everything that I show, so you guys can look it up and listen to the music and stuff that I'm showing as well. But as I was saying, this is a Bestial Warlust with Blood and Valor. This is their second full length. I think the original came out in 1995. I'm not sure when Hell's Headbangers did the reissue. I know it's been a few years now. This is actually the first item from the Bestial Warlust discography that I have in my collection, so it is my favorite. They've only got two full lengths, but this one is my favorite of the two, so I'm glad to have a copy of this. Hell's Headbangers remastered and reissued this on this fold out digi. It is the inverted cross digi. It's all the rage. All the kids are doing it now. It's so edgy, but I do dig this release quite a bit. I think they did a good job on the remaster. Sounds fantastic. Just blackened death metal out of Australia. War metal, pretty much. It's just nasty, gnarly stuff, but very good stuff there. So thank you, Nick, for sending that my way. Next up are a couple of CDs that Ryan, my buddy Metal Viking 82, sent over to me. We did a trade. It's been a little while ago now. I've had this stuff. I've just been trying to get around to doing the video. He also wrote me a little note here talking about, he put a Wise Blood Records sticker in there. That is a label that is out of Indiana, pretty close to where he is located. I know he's in Indiana, and Wise Blood is a label that he's really passionate about because it is kind of almost a hometown type label for him. That was the label that put out the Grave Ripper, a killer release that came out earlier this year. We did a trade and he threw an extra album in for me. It's kind of funny. The album that he threw in for me is melodic death metal, and he even wrote on here that he played melodic. He kind of takes digs at me for the way that I pronounce melodic. Blame it on my location. Blame it on my geography and my southern accent. Melodic, but I mean I'm going to continue to say melodic. That's just the way that I do it. I'll show that album first. That is Thy Pain with More Than Suffering. As I said, this is melodic death metal. This is Christian themed melodic death metal. This is the only release from this project. It came out in 2001, and I dig this. It's kind of a almost the back artwork. I think the inside artwork is upside down, but this is kind of a throwback, almost nostalgia type vibe feel for me. Him having sent me this was actually the first time that I've ever heard this. I believe it's rumored that one of the members from Living Sacrifice is one of the main driving force behind this project. It has like this early, I mean, it's got that definite early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s mellow death sound going. That's just kind of when I was super getting into death metal. Melodic death metal was the rage then, and it sounds like exactly like the stuff that I was listening to when I started getting into extreme music as a whole. So that one, I really dug that. That's something that I would like. It's definitely going to warrant some more spins for me, but I am thankful, Ryan, that you put that in the little package here for me. And then the one that I picked when we did the trade, this is Oathean with Fading Away into the Grave of Nothingness. This is black metal, kind of melodic black metal, has hints of death metal in this as well, out of South Korea. This is probably one of the weaker albums that this band has put out. I do like this one, but I've checked out some of their other material having heard this release, because this was kind of a blind trade for me. I had not heard of this project before I did the trade, but I just was trading stuff that I had duplicates of, and was adding stuff to the collection that I had not heard before. Listening to this one, I was getting a bit frustrated. I would hear bits and passages and stuff that I absolutely loved, that I really liked, that it would follow. Right behind that was something that was it almost felt mediocre. I couldn't put my finger on it. It just, something about it irked me, just because there was so much stuff that I really liked, and then there would be stuff that it kind of lost me on. After listening to this album, I started trying to check out some of their other material, and as I was saying, I feel like this is one of their weaker releases, but it's not bad. I couldn't find a Bandcamp link for this or anything, but I have linked up in the description one of the stronger tracks that I felt was one of the better tracks that was on this release, that I liked the track pretty much as a whole. And then I also linked up YouTube full EP stream for that Thy Pain as well, if you guys would like to check that stuff out. And then last but not least, I have a little package, a little stuff. Well, I have a little package, but I have a little stuff that came in a package from Justin over at Vestabond's Blood Box. He's a very talented dude in so many different levels. I mean, artistically, he's talented. He has a dungeon synth project that he does well on. I'll just show you the stuff. He also sent me a little letter. I'm not going to read all of that, but this will also be making its way up onto the letterboard, as I so call it. He was doing a fundraiser type deal. He was auctioning some albums off on eBay to try to help save the Chromium Dioxide YouTube channel after their computer was unfortunately destroyed. I bid up both auctions, but I was in a bid war for one that the one that went the most, but it eventually got to the point where it was out of my price range. I did not want to have my wife threaten me for a divorce just because I spent too much on a CD. But even though I lost, he was generous enough to send me a little package anyway, highlighting some of his works. And first up is this little, it's kind of this little storied comic book entitled Second Wind by Vestavon. And this is pretty interesting. I like this. On the back, it gives a little synopsis. It says, take a journey with a rat, a pigeon, and a spider as they fight to survive in the unforgiving streets of Chicago. It's a pretty long comic book. I'll kind of show you. I don't know how well my camera will pick it up, but I'll kind of show you kind of little bits and pieces. I enjoyed this. I'm a fan of like the Lord of the Rings movies where you have like stories intertwining within a much larger story. And that's kind of what felt like what was going on here. And throughout I have not spent as much time with this as I need to, but as I was going through it, there was enough stories within the story to make you want to figure out what's going on and keep thumbing through it. He said that he felt like the illustrations were lacking a bit, but I do not agree at all. I mean, Justin, man, you are a super talented dude. I would love to see more of this type of stuff coming from you in the future. So that was very awesome. I do appreciate you sending me that. And he's in a dungeon synth project entitled Feather. I have not, this was the first time that I had checked out his project, and I'm super glad that I did. I'm not very big as far as in my collection. I don't have dungeon synth in my collection. I have some metal albums that have dungeon synth elements going in, kind of mixed in. I think this is actually the first pure dungeon synth release that I own in a physical format. This is Feather with the Unwakeable Dream. This was released on Valour Records. I know that you guys have heard Valour mentioned on my channel, among other people's channels here on YouTube as well. It's on this white shell. I think this was actually limited to 50. It is hand numbered 43 out of 50. Thank you, Justin, man. I am super thankful that you thought enough of me to send me a copy of this. I'm going to link up the Bandcamp so you guys can check this out as well. When I gave this the very first listen, I had been at work and it was like 100 degrees outside, and I was worn out. I was miserable. I came home, took a shower, got under the air conditioning, and threw this in the cassette deck and just laid back and listened to it. And it sometimes when you hear a piece of music and it's almost like it's just meant to be. It's like that perfect. The perfect setup. You're in that perfect mood to hear that passage that you're listening to, and that's exactly what I felt with this. I absolutely fell head over heels in love with this release the first time that I listened to it. So I am eternally grateful that you sent me that. I hope you keep up your work through the Feather project, because I am digging it quite a bit. He also sent me this patch, this Feather patch. That's a very large patch as well. So I mean, all three of you guys, thank you so much for everything that you do. I really do appreciate it. So definitely go check out Metal Viking 82. Go check out Vestabond's Blood Box. Go check out Deathlight Reviews, and give those guys some support. It would really mean a lot to me. That's all I've got for today. I hope you guys stay classy, stay metal. I've been churning out the videos I hope you're not getting tired of seeing this mug on your screen. I have been churning out the videos for about the past week or so, week and a half, and it's funny. I've been putting out more content, but every time I put out a content, I lose a subscriber or two with each video. So nothing but the best quality for you guys. But stay classy, stay metal. I will see you very soon, I promise.